Hey guys, this is Kathy with Lone True Rustics. I'm going to teach you how to make a cute little chunky snowman. Okay, so here we go. So what you want to do is you only need one skein of this. It is the Eternal Bliss Ivory. They do have white. I'm not sure if it's called white, but you could make sure that you get either a white or a cream ivory color. You don't have to use Yarn Bee. I'm sure that there are other chunky brands that you could use, but I did get this at Hobby Lobby. Okay, so before I even began, I totally unwound all my skein here. I put it to the side so I can easily maneuver it, because the way I'm doing this is a little backwards, because I usually sit on my couch and do it while I'm watching TV. So but what we're gonna do is we're gonna do it to where you have a tail that's about 10 to 12 inches. Okay, then you take that and you loop it over. You see that, guys? You'll loop it over. Then you're going to take this and you're going to use just like 2 fingers is kind of the width you're going to want to keep. And then you're going to poke in this to get started. So do you see how you're doing? Okay, so you got your 2 fingers here, and we're going to go 12 chains. So basically what you're going to do is take this long piece here, this is your tail, and you're going to push this through and pull it. Okay, so there's 1, 2, you see what I'm doing? Just push it through. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's how big you're going to want to make your head, is about 7 to 8 chains. And like I said, I already made the head, so just keep in mind that you're going to want the bottom part bigger, so we're going to go up to 12. So 7, 8, 9, see how it's going, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, see how we have 12 here, and then you're thinking, okay, where do we go from here? So what we're going to do is we're going to loop, and see this is going towards you, so you'll be going away. And what I like to do is go ahead and take that, and I'm going to loop it through. You see that? My last hoop or loop. Okay, and then what I'm going to do from there is I'm going to make that a little tighter here, and I'm going to take, this is where it gets a little tricky, so you can put this to the side or whatever you need to do, but you're going to take that long piece that you did, you're going to grab the chain in front of it. You're working on a new row now. You're going away from where you were, and you're going to pull it up. Okay, and then you're going to go to the second one and pull that up. Okay, you see? And sometimes it's easier just to lay it out, and as you go, pull it through that little, and you'll be able to find the little pieces. Sometimes it may be easier if you practice with bigger loops at first, but it can get frustrating. But what you can do is don't waste your yarn. If you mess up, just start back over. So you just go through and you're gonna keep going around, okay? So you can see we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're just going around 11. And there's my 12th loop, guys. Get to it. So that's where, you know, you had started before. So it is a little tricky to get it in there and back it out. So you see what I did there, just to get myself, it's a little tighter because I pulled it tight. So we're gonna pull it through there. So, but do you see all your little loops that you've made? All the way around. Now you're gonna go, because you know you've started over, and you're gonna go to that next loop and you're gonna loop it through the loop you already made. So do you see where you're going with that? So here's your loop you already made from last time. So that was 1 and then 2. So we're just pulling it through. Do you see? 3.
So I'm gonna speed this up a bit so you're not just listening to me and watching me do the next rows, but you continue around until you get several rows. For the head of the snowman, you're gonna do about 7 or 8 chains, and the rows are gonna be about 5 to 6 rows before closing it off. On the body of the snowman, you're gonna do 12 chains, and then you're gonna do probably 8 or 9 rows for the body, depending on how large you want it.
I'm going to, you can really either pick either side, guys. There's this side, or there's, if you want them more defined as you're going up. And I think on this one, I was trying to think of what I did. Yeah, I did the more defined side. So
just gonna keep on moving along here, and didn't want to bore you with how long this actually takes. I mean, it is a process, like I said, but just keep on going, okay?
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're on our 7th row, and it's getting pretty close. So we're going to do 8 rows. So 5 or 6 rows on the head. And so we're back to the beginning. This is going to be the last row. Can you guys kind of see how it's panning out here? And we're going to really cinch it together here in a minute. So it looks a little spread out, but it's going to get better. So we're going to do this last row. So I want to pay attention where we're starting. And we're going to go around here. Just poking. Poking. With these chunky projects, you can make little pillows out of these. They're just really neat. You can make, well, your pumpkins in the fall. You do little orange ones, and there are little burnt orange ones, some cream colored ones. Did kind of all kinds in the past. Little pumpkins. So we're almost all the way around, guys. So this is where you wanna pay attention. And so when you have the smaller snowman, it's the same way to close this off. It's just a smaller ball, right? So here we are, this is where we started, you see? So that's where we started. What we want to do is we want about, I would say, a 12-inch to 18-inch tail. We want to make sure that we have plenty. And what we start doing at this point is we will take it from the outer, because I'm going to use this side of it, and I just start putting it through each hole. You see that? We're just going to string it through, and we're going to start pulling the project together. Okay, we don't want to pull it too much because this is our last hole, right? So you don't want to mess that up, but you're going to start pulling from the outside in. Okay, because we're going to use it. Depends on which side of the project you want. So if you wanted this side to where it shows your rows for your snowman, or if you want it more of a popcorny look, you want to do it the other way. Okay, does that make sense? So but we're doing that on the outside, so you want to pull it from the outside in. See what I'm doing here? I'm starting to pull the little snowman together. See his little bottom? So we're gonna pull. We're gonna pull. And just keep going till you've got all the loops from the very beginning. Anyways, we've got all 12. And be careful, because this will, you know, it will snap. So I just kind of work it around. Do you see his little bottom? Isn't that looking cute? Is it? You see what I'm doing with this end? Just kind of making sure. Should have pulled a little bit more on the very beginning, but we're getting there. So it is very forgiving, like I said, y'all. So just pulling that through, and see how I'm closing up that hole, right? So it's about probably as good as I'm gonna get that hole plugged. Maybe a little bit more. And then you got this, you guys, okay? So you're gonna take that tail and you're just gonna take it through that hole there. And I just use it as part of my stuffing on the inside, okay? So right now it's looking a little, you're like, I don't know about this, but it'll get there. So what we're gonna do now is we've got the bottom. So this is what his little head looks like, right? Except, and so we've got this part here that we haven't done with, just like this part here. So you're gonna make a bigger, a smaller part, right? So remember what I said, 6 to 8, about 8 times around his little head, and about 6 times here. Okay, so it makes the little head, and we did like 8 here, but we did 12. Anyways, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna then, we've got his bottom and we've got his top, right? So You can see how he's gonna look pretty soon, but we need to really stuff this. So use either polyfill or an old pillowcase. So what you're gonna do now is we're just gonna stuff that little guy. So can you see how this can be made into a pumpkin? You see it? Yep, but we're not. We're gonna make a snowman. So this is how you would make those little snowman too. I mean, those little pumpkins too. So, but we're gonna fill him with, you know, we want him to have a little chunky bottom. So we're gonna fill him pretty good. Okay. So there. And with the white, you know, it won't really show through, but you can see how he's filling out nicely now. You see? Aw. Cute. So then, now we're gonna do the little head. And so I had done what I'd done before, so his little tail is in there. So I'm gonna grab some stuffing and stuff his head. So I'm gonna make his head. And so you kind of shape it as you go. Put all that little stuffing in there, right? So there's a little snowman head. And just stuff it as much as you need to. Little head, and cute. Body, really cute. So what we do from here though is you want to get your hot glue gun ready, because we're gonna do some poking and some hot gluing. So get my hot glue gun ready. So we're gonna take this guy here and this guy here, and we want to really get this thing here a little bit more together. So what we're gonna do, okay, is we're gonna see these, you'll find like every other loop. So you're gonna take that from the inside, okay, not the outside like what we were doing earlier on the back end, but from the inside, and do like every other one. Or if you can find another hole, you're just gonna pull it through here, and you're gonna just make it tighter. Do you see how my hole is closing up? So just grab like every other one and pull. Okay, what we're trying to do is just close it up. So close it up. There you go. I'm gonna put this little, so I got another, see I pulled it through like 2 over. Just keep pulling. And you're thinking, oh my gosh, it's, you know, it might pull your little snowman a little bit, but it's not gonna be bad. There's another loose piece. I'm just gonna keep pulling together and keep pulling together till I get my snowman bottom pulled together. Okay. And I want him kind of like flat. I don't want him like real big. So then when I get to a point, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and knot this off. Give a little bit of a tail, knot it off right there. See what I did? And I'm gonna poke that in. So there you go, guys, see? But this is the part that you're gonna glue his little head onto, okay? Now with his little head, you're not gonna really wind up as much, because we want to leave a little bit open there so we can have an area, kind of like a neck area. I don't know how else to say it, but so what I'm going to do, I didn't leave quite the tail on the little one guy here, but I'm going to do the same thing. As I'm going to grab one from over here just kind of over here. I'm gonna close them a little bit, and over here. And I'm just gonna keep it poked. I'm not even gonna, so he's not as closed as well, but that's on purpose, kind of, right? So what I wanna do then is it's just hot glue time, okay? But here's the top of his head. So, and I'm just gonna hold it there for a while, okay? I'm gonna smush him. So because we want him kind of a little short and squatty, okay? He's a cute little snowman, but he's more of a youngster snowman because he's only got 2 little bumps. He's got his head and then 1 big bump. Or you could go ahead and add another, so you could do, you know, 1 more up here, even with the smaller head, if you wanted, okay? So what I was gonna say here, and I got quite a bit of glue on there, so his little head's gonna be fine. And I think, so here he is, guys, isn't he cute? I think he's gonna turn out cute. So now this comes the fun part. So you can get as creative as you want. On the one I had in the picture is I had one of these hats. I'm gonna use this, but I'm gonna actually, I went to a thrift store and I found, put his little body to the side, I found a men's flannel. And so I'm gonna use one arm for his hat. So let's see how I make a hat out of a shirt. I took a shirt here. I'm going to just cut across. So I have a nice, neat seam. So I'm not a sewer, so I'm a very no sew craft person. Was I'm gonna take it right below there, and so here's his hat. What I'm gonna do is cut the sock, just 1 sock.
And then on the embellishing, basically I've attached the hat like so. And I just want to make sure that I left room for his eyes. So put the hat on the front and back. Make sure you attach it really well. After making sure that his hat was glued on well, I decided that I wanted to add a little polyfill to his hat. So you'll see me grab my polyfill, and I do like on my little hats that I make is I do take some floral wire and I bend that in half and I poke it down into the hat and into his head of the little snowman. So then I'm able to bend his hat a little bit on the end and make it just super cute, of course. So you can see me kind of rearranging a bit until I get it to the way I like it. And then I'm going to go ahead and tie that off with some jute just to kind of get it and keep it in the kind of position that I want it to stay in. I'm going to then take the sock and cut it, and you can see that I'm a no-sew person, so using the hot glue, I go ahead and make a band for the snowman hat. And I apply it to both the front and the back of the snowman's hat. Then, as you'll see here, I went ahead and finished up my finishing touches on the hat. This is where you guys can have fun with your hat and do it however you want to do it.
So he's starting to look a little cuter. So I'm going to be adding a little bell, guys, to his little belly right here. So I can then, I'm going to get my hot glue gun ready and put him to the side. I'm going to take that shirt, and what I'm going to do with it is go ahead and cut off a piece, and I want more of the blue fabric than the green, so I'm going to just rip in the little scarf. Yeah, he's looking really cute. So what we want to do, now we got the bell, I'm going to go ahead and put his little button in place here. So just found out where I want his little bell, and so we put this little bell in place here. See that, guys? Isn't that cute? It's looking so cute. All tattered him. One. Hot glue on my thumb. Okay, so see, now we need to worry about his eyes and his nose. And then embellish his little hat. So for his hat, have some little snowflake. And I get his little scarf up here a little bit. Situated here. Okay, so go ahead and put his bell, get his little scarf situated how you like it. It's looking cute. Eyes, you'll want to, I actually did use charcoal, so, and I put it in a paper bag here. And then I just found me some pieces that look like charcoal eyes. And 2 little eyes. You can take some black if you would like and paint. I'm not going to do that for time's sake, but you can. So you'll see how stinking cute this is. So then you're just going to take some hot glue and you're going to put his little eyes on. Isn't that cute? And then for the nose, you can get creative with the nose. What I'm going to do though is I took a popsicle stick here and cut me out a little nose. I don't want it perfect, but I do want it kind of cute and big. So I think I want it just a little bit shorter. So got our little nose, and then I've got some burnt orange paint, and I'm just gonna paint it real quick here. Nothing fancy. You get as fancy with the nose that you want. For some of the snowman that I did before, for like a Christmas tree ornament, is I actually used one of those like mini clothespins. That was kind of cute, so that might be a kind of a cute idea to disassemble one of those and put on there. So but we're just gonna put a little simple nose on him, made out of a popsicle stick, a little crookedy on the end, and I'm gonna hit that with my hot air gun. Okay, y'all, here you go. Just put his little nose on. Isn't he cute? However you want his little nose to look. He's looking pretty cute though. Make it go up or down, wherever you want to be. But this is just, it's a little bit of a job to get all this done, but it's one of those where you can just go ahead and embellish with some little other things such as greenery, which I will probably do after this tutorial. But there he is. Cuteness. Bye guys. Thanks for watching.
Check out this cuteness, you guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, follow, or subscribe.